Hello and welcome back to our Round 3 coverage from the 2019 Waco Annual Charity Open, presented by Dynamic Discs. Stop number 2 on the DGPT. Big Sexy commentary here with you, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
We've got a fiery front 9 with Seppo Paju going 8 down. Eagle McMahon and Simon Lizotte shooting 7 down. Crushing the course right now. Actually,
Eagle at 6.
Yeah, Eagle at 6 with the Eagle on hole 9. And
there's our leaderboard right now. Ricky and Paul tied 35 down. These guys are going to have to make a massive move on the back 9.
Yeah, no kidding. And that was a slow start for yours truly. 1 under in the front 9 is about 7 strokes back of what you'd like to shoot. So really got to put some things together on the back 9 if I want to finish with a respectable finish. Looks like the 3-peat is... that's gone.
It probably
There's no
yes.
3-peat this year, unfortunately.
Unless maybe you ace this. Hole 10, par 4, 591. This is a beautiful hole. One of the best woods holes on the course. I tend to really like these where you have a little bit of fairway width before you get into the really nasty rough. Well, that fell straight down at least. But yeah, you're going for a big crush here. I'm sure Eagle's thinking maybe a deuce here if he can get way up.
Yeah. I mean, these guys have the power to get in that range of long putt, and look at this shot.
Oh, the flip. That is perfect.
You can't... I've never seen a drive better than this. Just in the middle of the fairway, full distance.
That flip was a thing of beauty. The way that it turned just ever so slightly right late, that's exactly what you need on this fairway.
And how soft it landed, too. It wasn't like... You didn't get that big driver skip. It just...
When you nail your angles, that's how it works. You turn a destroyer-type disc into a Mako 3, in the way that it reacts on the ground if you really nail your angles.
I was wondering why Simon's drive was so short of Seppo's, but that makes sense right there.
And a nice position play with the forehand here.
Got the Star Wraith. I'd like to be another 20 feet right or 5 feet left.
Yeah, there is actually, some room beyond those bushes. Eagle's got a lot of work to do here.
Look at this, splitting this little V gap.
What?
Getting a little branch and a tree, and that would have been past the basket had it just stayed clean the whole way. But wow, he's got a long look for the birdie still.
Incredible.
I'm traditionally not looking for the backhand approach. The mid-range is just not my most comfortable shot, but really no other option there. And
every time you do that, it's going to get a little more comfortable, my friend. That was a perfect shot.
It's something I don't struggle with in practice. It's just when you're in tournament situation, you just go with what you're most comfortable with, and that's always been that flick approach.
Believe me, I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, I feel it. Good shot from Simon. I believe that was a P2. I mean, you don't see anyone ever do this. You never see someone jump putt their approach on this hole. That's incredible.
That was incredible, absolutely. Eagle for a birdie after that drive. Wow. See that one more time. The P2.
He's just making putts all over the place on this green.
Simon in for birdie. Oh, yeah.
And looks like we're going to have a little star frame on the third hardest hole in the course, averaging just a tick above par at 4.03.
Wow, third hardest. I wouldn't have guessed that. I mean, I know it's not easy, but with no out of bounds, I kind of would have thought it would have come more in the middle of the handicaps.
It's just this course is so attackable when the wind is down, and there weren't many holes averaging over par. Just hole 4, hole 10, and I forget which.
17 probably.
Yeah, that could probably
Hole
be.
11, par 3, 279, kind of going up the little hill to the flat green here. There's some nasty rough around the basket. This is a popular play. Low driven forehand.
And Eagle's impressing me so much with this style forehand. We've seen the big whip sidearm that he has.
Was that MD3?
I don't think it. I don't know what it is. I don't want to speculate because it very well could be MD3. He has that MD3 that's that color in his bag. But what he's throwing is just this nice control late flips, which is the sign of somebody who's really working on their craft. I mean, we've seen the 450-foot hyzer flicks, which is just incredible.
Yeah.
Seppo just does it perfect.
Yeah, he does.
Look at this from Simon.
This is more the line I expected from Eagle.
Right.
The lower delivery. But that's going to be close.
Stop that. That's parked. I told the camera crew I was going to get an ace, so just get ready for it.
Oh, and they're ready. Skip high.
No ace.
I mean, I don't think you're too disappointed, but yeah.
Nope, not disappointed at all. Just need to get things going. This is a scary place to be. Any metal that's not in, that's rolling. An Eagle with a great putt from the kneeling stance. And Simon makes this. It looks like we're going to have back-to-back star frames. Seppo parked.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Even with this hole being inside 300 feet, straight ahead, it's certainly one of those holes that you feel really good about. Just with that hillside playing such tricks and those 3 guardian trees.
Yeah.
The Rudy hillside. There's so many things that can happen. And that's a really good start for him.
Absolutely. A lot of trees to miss as well on that fairway. Hole 12, par 5, 609. Another Eagle opportunity here if you can really place 2 shots. Forehand off the tee, super popular play. Just trying to find the middle of the fairway. The tee shot is really not much more than a 300-foot shot. You're not really trying to go for huge distance. Just get in the middle, set yourself up to attack on the second shot more than you do on the first. It's a lot of hyzer, but it looks to be a little bit like a flippy disc.
Yeah. I don't know how he gets so much distance with that angle. Like, you have to, if you're trying to go for a lot of distance, you have to flip something up the way this angle is shaped. And he's just taking a somewhat lesser stable FD3 and just crushing it. And that's really the first mistake we've seen Seppo throw with that A2.
Yeah, you're right. He's been dialed in with that thing. Simon looks like he's also made a pretty bad mistake there. That reaction is not what you want to see.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone that early off the tee, and there's 2 drives.
This is just a germ special right here.
Give me 18 holes like this. And I'm not trying to go for too much distance, but gosh, it'd be so nice to be up there where Eagle is. He's another 80 feet up.
I've said that 500 times in the last year.
Yeah. And that was not necessarily the kick Seppo needed. Kicks off to the left. Simon's just trying to get something going here. That nestles on the right side edge of the fairway. And Seppo able to get it up the fairway enough to...
Yeah, that's a good escape. Simon's still in a tough position.
And this...
Oh, no.
It's getting bad. It's
he's
getting
not,
ugly.
Yeah, he's looking really... A bogey would be good at this point. This has a chance to find circle 2.
Yeah.
Nice. Eagle putt coming up.
Yeah, it's about 45 feet, I believe.
It's one of those holes, if you throw 2 great forehands, circle 2 all day, almost never circle 1.
It's really, you have to flip it up to this last gap here. Seppo throws a shot, and out of his hands he says, "Get in." And all I can say is "Huva height," though. Because that was a completely... You couldn't throw a better line from there.
Simon only can throw about 40 feet with that roller from where he was.
And he's just bouncing around left side, right side. And this was a surprise.
Ooh.
Such an incredible drive. Simon had thrown 4 shots before he had got to Eagle's drive. And
he was going for that circle 1 play. I mean, he definitely has the option to play a dump sidearm for a 50-footer. He's going for that flex play, trying to park it, go for another Eagle. Makes perfect sense, but he paid a price there. Into the woods. We'll see what he's got.
And that tree kick, going from almost easy Eagle opportunity to now he's got a long putt for birdie. Simon's running this for his bogey. 6.
Yeah.
He's going to have still 25 feet left for the 7.
Yikes.
And that's a long putt for Eagle for his...
So he's going to end up taking a par, most likely.
And the only eagle opportunity of the group.
Oh, boy.
2 straight years last round. I had taken a 3 on this hole. Not 3 straight years. Kind of a metaphor.
You've been on eagle fire out here last couple of years, and that shows in the fact that you're the 2-time defending champion, man. You're just shredding through these woods.
Also, people weren't shooting 1800s out there, too. It's kind of... There's a big difference between 2017 and 2019 in many ways.
Birdie putt.
A little uncomfortable. That straddle stance.
That's what you need, man. A turkey to start off your back 9 after kind of a ho-hum front.
Ho-hum is a nice way of saying that. Front 9 was...
It was worse than ho-hum.
Mm-hmm.
And Seppo in for par.
It's a good par save.
I always feel like in your situation specifically, you've been having that struggle day, and then all of a sudden you kind of find yourself having the tee box, and I feel like, okay,
this will be
getting better for me.
After hole 1, relinquish the tee after the first shot of the round, straight OB, and this will be the first time that...
Hole 13, par 4, 555, and we are looking straight ahead. There's at the basket here. You got to go. You have a forehand play that Germ's going to show us here, kind of playing for position. Well, actually, you're going kind of big.
Trying to go for the Anheuser. Did not see that tree.
Oh, no way.
But it luckily makes the mandatory and sits down.
Oh, that is great. You're probably not even in that bad a position.
Yeah, probably 370 feet away still.
Yeah. This hole is long. You'll see somebody like sneak a roller down every once in a while and really have a kind of a chance to get up there. But it's a tough shot. I mean, with the mandatory, as Germ mentioned, and all the out of bounds down the right side.
We were throwing rollers into the circle in practice, but we also had a tailwind. And Seppo with the world record for longest sideways kick, I believe, at 360 feet.
Stayed in bounds, hit the mandatory, stayed in bounds. He's honestly more open over there.
And Simon, after that 7, you know how he gets. He just wants to rip something, and this is a good place to rip. We do have a little bit of an influence of a headwind, so that roller play that Simon and myself and maybe even Eagle would like to line up, can't really go with that.
Big forehand. Oh, my gosh.
And
wow, all of a sudden we're looking at a birdie.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Thank you. It's that Star Wraith that I've liked so much. They just come out with a little bit domier Star Wraiths in the last run, and they just have a really nice stability, a really great feel in the hand, and it's something that I really love ripping into. You can put a little Anheuser on it, but know that it's going to come back every time, so it's really great for those long flex sidearms.
Eagle going forehand here, skipping up, parked.
Simon, a bit nose up, a bit fluffy on the approach, but still gets up there inside the circle. I guess I was a little bit surprised he didn't take a more direct run at it. I thought that he might be trying to throw one in.
Mm-hmm. Seppo, so close. Birdie attempt just off the rim.
And that'll be his 3rd par of the round. Still playing incredibly well.
What a birdie after that drive. Off the tree, barely makes the Mando, barely stays in bounds. And then what was it? You got up and down from nearly 400?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, it was. I threw the Wraith almost as hard as I could. I knew that it was at the distance where I couldn't go out of bounds long, so I just really put about as much distance into the shot as I could.
Yeah.
So, really happy that it missed all the trees and got up there for the putt. Look good, play good. That's right.
Hole 14, par 3, 303 feet through the triple mandatory. You're going to see a lot of straight backhand mid-range or forehand driver here, just trying to go straight between the two big trees, hit at circle's edge, and sort of skip up the hill. There is OB way right if the wind is up, but as we've said a couple times, the wind is pretty low today, so that's not going to be a huge factor.
You know what I'd like to see? I wouldn't typically say this, but I'd like to see this basket elevated.
I could see that. It's
Yeah, I mean-
not a whole lot about this hole that's very interesting necessarily. So yeah, it could be a good candidate for something like that.
Eagle going just a little tiny flick of the wrist. I don't think he can flick his wrist any softer. Just wraps it around the pole.
Eagle's forehand is just gotten so good.
It's really impressive.
Simon too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something that it's definitely not like a crutch.
Not
Crux.
at all. The crux of what you're saying is it's not a crutch.
It's not a crutch.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets the FollowFlight. Oh,
Little slight, kind of that little baby Annie that he does with the PD2.
I was wondering what took that big hit. It looked like he hit like a stick or a piece of mulch or something.
Huh.
Why don't I word good sometime? And Seppo just short of the circle. Be able to jump putt from there, if he so desires. The third straight par for Seppo. And up and in for his par. 10 down through 14 holes. Still off to a really good round.
And you got those rhythms streaming in from Tournament Central. I would like to see, I get like you want to have like the Tournament Central Village, be a happening place. But I think top couple cards coming in for the ladies and for the men, you probably want to turn off the music. Just kind of, just for the drama. Not that it's like distract anyone, but it just kind of, it takes away from, in my opinion, it sort of takes away from the gravity of the mood of the event.
I buy into that.
Just a tip from me that I would say. I've seen lots of tournaments do it, and it's like you go either way. But if you want to please me, turn that down a little bit.
Okay.
Hole 15, par 4, 558, OB everywhere. This one is a very, very tough shot. You can get all the way to the basket, not with a forehand though. This is the smart play. You're gonna just get out there, and this is beautiful actually. Not even getting anywhere close to the fence. You're gonna leave yourself wide open.
Yeah, just trying to stay kind of near that 200-foot post and just far enough away from that tree where I don't have to worry about that being in the way. So
yeah,
Eagle, I was kind of surprised. This seemed, I didn't know if he just was trying to throw the hyzer out wide to give him a better angle to the pin, or if I really didn't know what was up with that play because he's so accurate with that hyzer forehand.
How close did he get to the OB there?
He was really close, but he was safe. This, however, this is Simon trying to do Simon type things.
Trying to get up there for a deuce, and that's gone out of bounds.
And we do have that slight influence of a headwind, so it's not breezy, but it's evident.
Yeah.
And Seppo just goes full unleash mode.
Wow.
And with a slight tailwind, that's inside circle 2, maybe inside circle 1, but just enough wind to slow it down.
Looks like he's behind a giant metal box, too.
I thought that was a really interesting play.
It is.
And look at that, just drills it in.
Wow. I would not have probably thought of that strategy, but it worked great.
Going with a Glow Recon mortar.
Perfect.
And this hole has given me the fits in years prior, but I was able to birdie this one all 3 rounds, which felt really nice. And the headwind, this hole was playing as one of the harder holes in the course, just with the out of bounds everywhere.
And I mean, credit where credit's due. You're officially on fire right now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, this will make 6 through 6 on the back 9 so far.
Seppo getting creative.
Yeah,
Great
unfortunately
shot.
didn't really have an open look. His drive landed right behind that box. Had to kind of get creative with the lean out sidearm. But he's back on the birdie train. Well, he's at least got his foot in the door of the train.
Oh, yeah, he's boarded the train. Another birdie, moving to -7. And look at your score is right in there with the group again.
And at this point, I felt like I was getting just lapped by the field just after that front nine. It was kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, but plugging away, trying to get together some respectable round to finish. And, if you can birdie most of the back nine, maybe even all the back nine.
Sure.
Especially with a very evenable 18 coming up.
Hole 16 is a par 4 with the feature that makes the most strokes happen for people is that path on the right side. This is a super aggressive roller.
And we didn't have enough wind to discourage the roller play, but just looked like the grass wasn't as fast as it's been in years past. We've been able to get that roller up to pin high. In fact, we've gone out of bounds into the horseshoe pits long several rounds, but still just breezy enough to maybe turn that roller over and not get the full flight out of it.
And Eagle just smooths one farther than most of us will ever get a disc to go.
I still haven't been able to figure out the physics of how he's doing it. Such a long reach back, I guess, is the only thing I can really think of.
This is looking good. Keep your turn. Yeah, that's a massive drive.
Under the crossbar branch. That's way up there.
This is definitely a hole that produces, a couple of twos most years, with these elite throwers, a big roller, big throw in. The elevated basket adds a little bit of a layer, but as you can see that path comes into play quick. Like Simon's drive wasn't that right, and he's still, a little higher, and that's maybe flirting with out of bounds. And if it gets windy, you see people go out of bounds all the time over there.
And that is not what the doctor ordered.
Wide open approach for Eagle, really well positioned off the tee.
This is just a little bit short. Yeah, we've seen multiple twos in this hole in the past, but all 3 rounds we were just playing into that headwind. First 2 rounds, head breeze, I'll call this last round.
Yep.
Just enough to keep it out of driving range, especially with those low ceiling branches. You really need to be able to air it out to get that full distance.
Yep.
This is like the 4th time that Seppo's just had a jump putt
on a par 4,
which is just crazy. He's just ripping the disc so far.
Simon, this would be a big save. Not going to happen. He's going to have to settle for par, and this is
he's still out.
One of the most frustrating pars.
Yeah.
Did get in? Yeah, good. Didn't want to curse him there. It's one of the most frustrating pars on the course. I feel like it's just there's just not enough in the way. You just feel like if you just put the disc on the fairway, you ought to be able to get up and down because you're gonna be inside 250.
Yeah, it's the second easiest hole on the course, right up there with hole 2 as far as difficulty. Not much in the way off the tee. Really, nothing in the way off the tee here. And so you get way down the fairway. Only really disastrous thing you could do would be throwing it out of bounds to the right, and none of us did that.
Yeah, mentally, to me, it seems easier than hole 2, but apparently, statistically, it isn't. Could be the headwind, tailwind effect. This hole is not easy, though. Hole 17. This is our number 1 handicap.
Oh, correct? Yeah. 4.23, hardest hole on the course.
Yeah. Par 4, 610 feet. You'd like to get your drive near these 2 trees at the left of the screen to set you up for a forehand or a backhand. Just down to this peninsula green. You've got water everywhere. You can see the wind is really whipping up the river there. It's looking pretty choppy. But yeah, there is like supposedly some way people go for the green, but it's like pretty crazy. Giant Anheuser off the tee. Rarely seen. This you're liking, I would think. That is a very nice shot.
Yeah, the only maybe another. No, that's where I want to be. I was thinking maybe another 10 feet, but that's just getting greedy. And this is going to showcase Eagle's power. Just goes for a little flick of the wrist.
Holy cow.
And he's out of bounds long. And when the spotter held up the red flag, I thought that he was out of bounds short on the corner because he just threw it so soft.
And so high. You wouldn't think it would.
It's crazy, man. It's legitimately insane. Like, I do not get his power.
I'm going to learn it soon. I just feel like my time is coming. It's going to be really fun.
And that is like the ideal spot, really. The only thing that really is in the way is that low-hanging branch off to the left side, but really, that's sick.
Oh, here it is.
And Simon's decided to go.
What are we looking at, folks?
Well, we're looking at about 500 feet, and look at this. It actually
my gosh.
hits land across the way. He doesn't even lose his disc.
I cannot believe that.
So he gets to take it about 80 feet away from the basket.
That is insane.
And
he threw that so far.
Seppo with that A2 again, just throwing it perfect, about 18 feet away. I'm going with a 2015 Sexy Bird.
Nice shot.
Trying to
there.
hit pretty soft on the grass, but man,
what?
I don't know if
you hit a little plastic thing.
Whatever it hit, it just launched.
I think I saw a little like plastic piece on the ground. I'm not sure.
I was so surprised by how much that skipped because it typically lands pretty soft.
Yeah, there's like a little green plastic thing on the green there that you landed.
I did not notice that. Thank you for spotting that. And look, this is how you take an easy par, folks.
So easy, right? I mean, you just go 600 over the trees, and if you don't do it right, you take a 9. But if you do it somewhat right and go over the entire thing, I mean, imagine if the basket was the next hole, like if it's a safari hole. Oh no!
And that was for Eagles par. That is going to.
Oh my gosh! Into the water, number 1 putter. Great putt there. Another birdie.
And that keeps us inside the circle percentages high. That was really what I was looking forward to. I just wanted to make all my putts inside the circle.
And you have 8. You're looking at a chance to go -10.
I want to go 10. That was my goal. I thought after the one down front, if I could shoot 8, 9, 10 down the back 9, I could actually salvage a decent finish.
An eagle in for double bogey 6. Unfortunate. OB on the drive. Skips off the basket. OB on the putt. Crazy. But yeah, what a tale of 2 9s for you, man. You're killing it right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done that on camera. I don't think I've ever been in position to maybe do that. I don't know what Simon's saying.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in and watching us play good most of the time.
We can do the commentary from here, Simon, if you don't.
Dude, I love him.
Yeah, he doesn't. You don't necessarily have to do that, but if that's something you want to do, I mean, feel free. But we've got it handled, man. We're taken care of.
We've come to the conclusion of the event for the chase card, at least.
Yeah. Hole 18, man, par 4, 492 over water, OB right behind the basket. Very, very eagleable for the top arms in our sport, but also very fiveable. If you make a big mistake, you're just gonna go huge hyzer here. Maybe too huge. Like it's flat at the top. Is this gonna slow down?
I just wanted that to have angle. I thought that I'd thrown this straight out of bounds. Luckily, I had the stable enough story to get that stable finish, and not so bad.
This hole, man, just the view here of the cliff and the river and the disc just crushing over this water, just a really iconic finishing hole.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites in the sport, really. We have such a great bowl effect with going downhill 492 feet, but it's reachable for almost all these players that are in the top. And ladies and gentlemen, Simon Lizotte is throwing a P2.
Oh my gosh.
A putter.
492. This is high. This is gliding. Does it have the speed? No way.
Inside the circle. Inside the circle.
That is nuts. I wonder how many of the fans even realize what they just
That was a putter.
Oh, their Eagle lets them know. A P2.
I just told Simon, do it again.
Yeah. That's insane. And Eagle just a smooth hyzer here, gets into it. This is like a skip ace run right now.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
I think that would have broken the record for loudest eruption ever had that gone in.
Oh, that would have. There is a nice crowd out there in Waco. Mm-hmm. Nice run at it for the -10. You've got that left for a perfect 9.
Seppo going to tap in for a 14 under finishing round. Incredible play.
I believe that putt was for solo third.
Mm-hmm. And Simon unable to pick up the putter
Eagle.
Eagle.
Should have putted a driver. I guarantee it would have worked.
Oh my gosh.
An Eagle misses as well.
Yeah, it made me think twice about this putt. I was like, wow.
You got to make this. This is kind of a funny pressure. I mean, it's not for the win or anything, but a perfect 9. You're not messing around. Wow, that was fantastic to watch, man. Congratulations. Tough start, but then just 9 straight birdies. The only player in the entire field to do a perfect back 9 without an eagle.
Right, without an eagle.
Just to do 9 straight birdies.
Yeah, that was a fun way to finish. If you're going to start off struggling, it's nice to come back fire and...
Look at all that green.
Woo!
That was fun to do.
I love Waco. I love this place. I'm going to try to say this correctly. I've been dogged on this all week. I love Brazos Park East.
Yeah.
Brazos.
Sounds perfect.
I think that's how the Texans say it. Look, we got to congratulate Paul Macbeth. 15
what a
18
performance.
under, 15 under, 33 down in the last 2 rounds to take the win. 10 strokes better than the last year's winning score.
43 is a stupid number for 54 holes.
Unreal.
Incredible golf.
Yeah.
But Paul gets his first win with his new plastic. Congratulations to him. Ricky puts up a hell of a fight. Just fantastic golf to watch for these guys in Waco.
BigSexy will return for the Glassbone Open.
Yeah.
We'll see you there.
Hey, guys, wake up.
Hey.
Video's over. We get a lot of messages saying you guys are falling to sleep to our voices. We appreciate that, but it's time. We got a giveaway. So get up, sign into your YouTube account, make a comment if you want to get one of these sweet 100K party Jomez stamps. This is a Thunderbird. That's a Destroyer.
Oh, yeah. We got a sweet feeling Thunderbird here, folks.
Let's go. Get a comment in there. Subscribe to Jomez. Make sure we get to 200K. Maybe next week sometime would be perfect. We can try to have another party.
Our goal is 1 million right now, but we should get to 200K
Let's do
first.
200 first. Yeah. But yeah, wake up and then do your comment and then get to sleep, man. You got work tomorrow. We'll see you.
Peace.